Hello and welcome. I'm an AI expert specializing in modern hospitality, and I'm thrilled to welcome all of you from the Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. As the future leaders in this industry, you're going to be making countless decisions every single day. But what's the one financial call that's tougher than all the rest? Let's dig in and find out.
So let's just jump right in. I really want you to think about this question for a second. It's something that every single hotel operator, every owner, every financial controller, well, they all grapple with it. We're talking about a decision that can literally make or break a hotel's budget for years, and I mean years to come. The answer isn't about the day-to-day stuff, like operating costs or staffing levels. Nope. It's about the giants hiding in plain sight, those massive, incredibly expensive pieces of equipment that keep a hotel humming. We're talking about something called capital expenditure.
Okay, so let's get on the same page with this term, capital expenditure, or what you'll always hear called CapEx. It's all about those huge but pretty infrequent investments you have to make to replace the core assets of your property. We're not talking about fixing a leaky faucet here. We're talking about replacing the entire plumbing system. It's a whole different ballgame.
And just to give you an idea of the sheer scale we're dealing with, look at these examples. These are not small purchases. Think about the absolute core systems of the hotel. The chiller that keeps the whole building cool, the roof over your guests' heads, the elevators they use every day, the boilers that provide all that hot water. Every single one of these is a massive, budget-altering expense. So you might be wondering, how did hotels used to handle this? Well, honestly, not very well. The traditional way was just purely reactive. You'd basically just wait for something to break, and of course it would always break at the worst possible moment. Then everyone would scramble to find the money, find the right people, and just fix it. It was, frankly, a cycle of chaos. This really lays it all out, doesn't it? The massive shift we're seeing in the industry. We're moving away from that old, reactive model, just waiting for things to fail. The goal today, the modern goal, is to be predictive, to be driven by data. It's all about optimizing the entire life cycle of an asset so you get every last drop of value out of it.
So the big question is, how do we get there? How do we achieve this modern goal? How do we gain the ability to, see into the future of our own buildings? Well, the answer, and this is the core of what we're talking about today, is foresight. But it's a new kind of foresight, one that's powered by artificial intelligence.
Okay, so how does this AI magic actually work? It all starts with this really cool concept, the asset digital twin. I want you to imagine creating a perfect, data-rich virtual copy of every single pump, every air handler, every piece of equipment in your hotel. That virtual copy is its digital twin. It knows the asset's age, its maintenance history, absolutely everything.
And here's the playbook, step by step. First, the AI platform creates that digital twin for every asset. Simple enough. Then it starts analyzing all the data tied to it, its current condition, how hard it's running. But now, here comes the real magic. Step 3. It compares your specific piece of equipment against a massive global database of thousands and thousands of similar assets. And from that comparison, it can predict with incredible accuracy when your asset is likely going to reach its failure point.
So what does all this prediction power actually get you? What's the payoff? It gives the hotel a crystal ball for its budget. All of a sudden, you can create these incredibly accurate financial forecasts, not just for next year, but for 5, 10, even 20 years into the future. It completely transforms budgeting from guesswork into a science.
And really, the number one benefit, the thing that makes every hotel owner sleep better at night, is preventing what we call financial shocks. Those sudden, catastrophic expenses that can just completely derail a hotel's profitability for an entire year, or even longer. Let's put a number on it to make this super real. A single, unplanned chiller replacement can easily cost £200,000. Just imagine that bill landing on your desk tomorrow with absolutely no warning. That is exactly the kind of shock we are talking about avoiding. So instead of that heart-stopping, terrifying surprise bill, this is the new reality. With AI-powered foresight, the owner gets years. I'm not talking days or weeks, but years of warning. Plenty of time to calmly and strategically set aside the money. It turns a potential crisis into just another manageable line item in a long-term plan. All right, that sounds great, right? But let's throw a curveball in here. What happens when the AI tells you that two major assets are nearing the end of their lives in the same budget year? Your capital is always limited, so how do you choose which one to fix? And this is where the AI becomes more than just a crystal ball. It becomes your strategic partner. It doesn't just predict failure, it prioritizes the risk. So let's take a look at this. The AI might show that, yeah, the roof definitely needs a repair. But that main water pump, its failure is much more imminent and it would have an absolutely catastrophic impact on your guests. No water means no business. Simple as that.
So what this all boils down to is making your money work smarter, not harder. This data-driven prioritization means a hotel's precious limited capital is always deployed where it's going to have the greatest possible impact. You're no longer just running around fixing what's broken. You're making strategic investments to protect the value of your property and guarantee your operation keeps running smoothly.
So let's kind of zoom out and bring this all together. What this truly means is a fundamental redefinition of the hotel's engineering department. Their job is no longer just about reacting to emergencies and putting out fires, both literally and figuratively.
We're talking about a completely new way of thinking about engineering. The new paradigm is one of strategy and foresight. The department becomes disciplined in its planning, predictable in its outcomes, and deeply financially savvy. They transform from a cost center into key players in the long-term financial health of the entire hotel. So, I'm going to leave you with this final thought to carry with you as you move forward in your careers. You are the next generation of hospitality leaders. Knowing what you know now about the incredible power of predictive analytics, how will you use data to manage your assets, protect value, and build the hotel of the future?